was
much
this going to be?
on this side. Did anyone see any bones on this side that looked loose and covered in? Otherwise, we can pick up and go to the other side.
There seemed like there was definitely options we know of on the other side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
maybe
thought
we'll
the
do
other
that.
side looked better, but
Yeah.
we'll see now
Yeah.
when we hop up.
And just so you know, those push cores are going to make some people very happy.
That's great.
We like making our scientific partners happy.
Yay. Okay, and somebody was asking about the fish around, and I know we have grenadiers, and the other one, the name keeps failing me.
Eel pout?
Eel pouts, thank you.
So the majority of what we've been seeing are eel pouts.
Yeah.
And they have, right now, you're seeing a lot of them. They look eel-like. They have large pectoral fins sticking out from the sides, and their fin is along the top. Their dorsal fin is extending along the whole length of the fish's body.
So, sorry, but
Yep.
we still think we like the bones on the other side
Yeah,
better?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
There was a nice one you saw.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting too, when we first came on this, I feel like there were a lot of grenadiers, and now we don't see as many.
They seem to be coming and going.
Yeah.
A lot of them might be inside the carcass as well. They can easily swim into those holes.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they
every time
showed
we
up.
got close, you could see them kind of.
They showed up at lunchtime, and
Well, they showed up when we were doing the photo mosaic because they wanted to be part of that
That's
picture,
right.
and then they took off
That's
again.
right.
Had their moment.
They saw what the octopus was doing.
Totally
did some of
posing
that.
there on the
Grenadiers.
on the
We really
front,
lucked
huh?
out that that octopus decided to just move along.
You going after these little vertebrae or the ribs, or?
So you can see there's the little like finger bones.
Yep.
Inside, closer to the ribs, there's a longer bone that appears to be loose and has a lot of, it appeared to have a lot of worms growing on it.
So I reached out to Janet Voigt, who is an octopus specialist at the Chicago Field Museum, and I asked her if there's been previous sightings of the octopuses on the whale fall, and she got back to me, and she said that they have been seen near a whale fall previously, but not on it, just near it, and never in that density
Hi, Mike and
that
Jess.
she
I'm
knows
just
of.
getting a request to, for the porch to be pulled in from Wayne.
And that they might be eating crustacea rather than the whale or
Sorry?
the
Wayne
ocelots.
was just asking for the porch to be pulled in.
The porch is in. We're just looking down.
So
We're
thank
looking
you,
for a
Janet.
place to land.
Gotcha.
Not worried about the video at this moment. Sorry guys, what bone are we after? Let me get down again.
Yeah.
But we do see the octopuses down on soft tissue, like glommed on. Like it's a apple bobbing contest.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Aaron. So yeah, where are we looking to set up? Not clear which bone you're after.
Yeah, yeah. Can you, it'll be to the left of where you're
Right.
pointed right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Where did it go?
It's the ones on the ground
Back near the
There we go,
tail.
back near the tail actually. I was giving you
there. Oh, the large ones.
bad,
these
sorry, I was
ones right
giving
in
you
front of the
bad
box now?
suggestions.
Yes, correct.
There
I
we
see.
go.
Okay.
A nice coating of worms on them.
Roger.
Yeah, it's like take your choice.
Yeah. Nice selection.
Mhm. Do you want the ones that's intact on the vertebra, or do you want the ones that are fallen in front?
The ones that are loose, fallen in front.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you think those bones are part of the vertebrae or the ones that are loose?
It's hard telling.
I don't know.
Sorry?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't, go ahead. Maybe we might want to run down there. Yeah, do you want to run down there? Yeah. So Mike, can we hold here just a second?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Jennifer,
Yes.
do you think it would be possible to set down a camera for a time lapse of the entire decomposition process and come back later to collect it? I mean, given that we had one, but I'm just wondering if that...
We were speaking about this the other night, talking about the ability to do time lapse in the deep sea, and there are some complications there in that you have to have a lot of power and light to be able to power something.
Quick question, Science.
Yep.
Are we still holding, or are
Yeah,
we
can
clear
you
to
hold
take?
just another minute?
Sure.
We're just working something out back here.
So if you're just joining us, we're in Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary, Davidson Seamount on the southeast apron.
Oh, is that a cusk eel?
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
is
is.
indeed.
Made an arrival.
Earlier
Can we
today,
talk
we
about
came
cusk
across
eel?
this magnificent whale fall. This is a baleen whale.
So can we get a little zoom on the cusk eel? It's a little bit on the left, just like down the there we go.
Yep.
There
Oh,
we
wow.
go. So now we
Cool.
can really see
Go ahead,
those.
video.
It's finally arrived.
Finally, we see a cusk eel, right?
I see that you're talking about like on the two like
Yeah, so those
projections.
are well, they're actually the pectoral.
Yeah.
The pectoral, not pectoral, pelvic
fins. They're
Yes.
are they modified for
Yes.
like feeling the sediment?
That's what we think, yeah, for filling around in the sediment.
It's really big.
Mm-hmm.
Chunky.
Friends with that giant
Squat lobster.
squat lobster we saw. It's just the land of elephantus.
It's got a spot on.
The little tail is so
Let's turn
cute.
the lasers off.
Yeah, lasers off.
Thank you.
You can see in Argus view how big that cusk eel
Yeah,
really is.
right.
No, no,
Do
you're
you
good.
want to do another squeezer on this side? Is there any reason to want to do another
Thank you.
one? No. Oh.
Forgot about
Scott, did you say my name a little while ago?
Annie?
Yeah.
Video, can we
Yes,
get
I
some
did.
zooms on these?
What was that about?
Oh, there was a question.
vertebrae chewed up
I
bits
was
here,
just
yeah.
trying to share the
Excellent.
love
Ah, okay.
for science
I didn't know if I had a-
amongst the team.
Didn't know if I had someone say
You
hello.
didn't know I was also a scientist, did you?
I don't know if they're like bite marks or
Well, one of the scientists ashore said that it's probably just
the worms.
regular, regular decay.
From the worms, the bone-eating worms.
I'm just gonna
othniacs.
move the camera around and see what we see. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
cool.
neat.
Yeah, let me get some
look at that.
images of that.
Other tentacle. There's so
I
many
know.
stray
Mark is
tentacles.
vibrating a lot. Very terrible. Stop it.
They really just love to be in the shot.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's like waving out to you, like, hey, I'm here.
Please don't forget why you came here.
Oh, buddy.
Can we get a shot of that third right arm? Oh yeah, look at the
Do
male.
we see it?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
My goodness.
Yep.
There we go. Sorry, sometimes I can't see the bottom
Yeah.
part of the screen.
They look like elephants.
I'm just gonna keep an eye on the gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Do you think the octopus would eat the worms, or they're mostly feeding on whale carcass?
I reached out to an octopus specialist, Dr. Janet Boyd, and she suggested that perhaps the octopus is actually eating the crustaceans, and rather than the whale and the ossidax.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the
But we
squat
really
monster.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's all speculative. I mean,
Yeah.
we can't see what's going on under them. It's just based on what we know about octopus diets
Yeah.
previously, or the diet of octopuses.
You know, they look so big. I didn't realize that they're barely bigger than that. Like, they're not that big.
The octopuses? No, they're
Right.
little.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. Inky's like
Yeah, no, like.
pretty good estimation. But the octopuses, they collected some octopus specimens in
6 inches?
yeah, they collected
like
some specimens in August that Jennifer was sharing some pictures of with me,
Mhm.
and those actually looked
Ashley, you want
a
to zoom
bit
in a
bigger.
little on Argus, please?
Like she's been describing them close, like bigger to a bocce ball, and the ones they
Nice.
collected did seem a little bigger than what I had originally estimated.
This just feeds so many creatures for so long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Oh, this guy.
she's rocking out.
Mm-mm.
Look at that tiny
It's
little
another
shrimp.
male.
You want to
I
zoom in on
can't
that third
Can't
right arm?
tell.
I think that's is that
I-
1, 2, 3. Then
I think you got to go down one.
what's that? There's one,
One
sticking
more.
out. From
Yeah,
the
that's-
front or something.
That's
That's the
his
second one?
second leg.
Oh.
Zoom in on that third one.
Sticking straight down.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go.
If that is the third arm, then this would be
it's
a
female.
Yeah, I don't see any of those.
Yeah.
which is cool. So maybe
modified.
this is one of those midlife octopuses Jennifer was looking for,
Okay, come a little bit wide.
because she's not brooding yet and she's not a
And,
hatchling.
and it
Yeah.
looks like there's scars on her mantle.
Oh yeah.
And some sloughing and the webbing between the, the 8th and the
See
first
the little fish
legs.
peek out.
Look at this thing in there. Zoom in there.
Oh, this fish.
A little eel
Eel
pout
pout.
pe-
It's like,
Oh, he's
yeah, it's
shy.
camera shy.
peeking out of the.
It's like, oh, they saw me.
So embarrassing.
It's eel pouts, like P-O-U-T.
Yeah.
Such a
Eel
perfect
pouts.
name for their squashy faces.
I know.
Oh, I'm not cute. I don't even know this.
Sad lips, sad
Told my
face.
wife I'd be home hours ago.
She's good here eating all the
Totally pouting there, huh? Oh, I shouldn't have ate that
I did
last
my
bite.
master's.
You really shouldn't have eaten that last bite.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. It was I could get in here. Why can't I get out now?
I had no trouble getting in.
That octopus is going to block him.
There's one stout whale or eel pout.
Oh my goodness. I had no
Oh,
trouble
bother.
getting in.
So we're just waiting to try to figure things out up on the ship about what we want to collect for sampling. So that's why we are taking a great opportunity to zoom in on some of these organisms that we're
Now.
finding at the whale fall.
I did my master's work on eel pout, so they have a special place in my heart.
Do tell us some fun facts about eel
Eel
pouts, Magda,
Well, the ones
please.
that I had were museum samples from Antarctica that were like 30 years.
Do they
sitting in,
look
like,
just like
jars.
this?
They do, yeah, and they were preserved really well. And I was interested in their jaw morphology and like the biomechanics of how their jaws like open and close and like what they can eat, what they're capable of eating. The ones that I had may have been a little smaller than these, but very similar, like the pouty lips and.
So what kind of
some-
eating would they be doing at this whale? Do you think they're eating like soft tissue or like, are they sucking on the bone?
They're a lot of these deep sea fish are like ambush predators, so they lie in wait because they don't have as much energy to like swim fast, like in warmer waters. So they
Right.
lie in wait, and so they use a combination of like a ram force where they lunge, and then they use suction force to like
Suck it
swallow.
in,
Yeah,
yeah.
suck it. Like so, mostly like amphipods or like smaller crustaceans. They
Oh,
could,
so
like,
they
suck
might
them
be
in.
eating what's eating the whale.
Right.
Okay.
They might be. I don't think they have jaws strong enough to like chomp on the whale, you know,
Yep.
flesh.
Yeah,
But if they're bits and pieces floating about, they would be able to grab them and eat them.
well, that's really interesting. About how big are they? I mean, I know we've been looking at them with the
Yeah.
lasers, so they're like what, 4 or 5 inches?
Yeah.
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 Full
So
wide,
the
please, video.
ones that
I'm
I
gonna
was
stow our arm here
I
real
had
quick.
were about.
Yeah, we're going to stow our arm
yeah,
and we're
about
going
4
to
to
pick
6
up
inches.
and get a nice
Wow.
kind of photo mosaic of the
Okay.
surrounding area.
Great. So we are going to take a photo mosaic.
All right.
Magda was just telling us she had done her master's thesis on the eel pout.
Eel pouts.
And so she was filling us in. And I told the audience that we were just taking an opportunity to figure out things up here while we zoomed in on some of the creatures.
Yeah.
And now it sounds like we're going to be doing a photo mosaic of the whale, which is really sweet.
We're going to build out the photo mosaic for the surrounding area
Awesome.
around it, so we can look at that kind of sphere of influence of the animal on the surrounding seafloor.
Then are we going to be heading to our last waypoint? Do you
Pretty
think on
soon.
our shift?
Yeah, we might be leaving. Yeah, pretty
Great.
soon.
Get some blue water. Calm down all this excitement.
If you're just joining us, we are in Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary on the Davidson Seamount, the southeast apron. Earlier today, we came across this amazing whale fall. It's believed to have died about 4 months ago. It is a baleen whale. We've
Lying on
estimated
its
its
back.
size around 5 meters. Periodically, you'll see some little green lasers. Those are 10 centimeters apart. It's what we use to measure things with, but we can also get a scale. If you're looking at the quad cam, sometimes you'll see that image of Argus, or from Argus, of Hercules next to it. So we know that can do a scale comparison.
Yeah, I think he was just touching her.
We've seen some sea pigs around here. We've got a couple of different species of fish. We've got the grenadier. We've seen eel pouts.
Video, can we come wide on Argus? Oh yeah, we probably just leave it. It's just going to be a small little mosaic. Okay.
Yeah.
We're currently doing a photo mosaic here.
Turn some lights on. That doesn't do very much. Is the iris down on Argus?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
So, Jen, just to confirm, we want to be a little bit further back and be kind of adding
Yeah.
the mosaic of the ground as well around it.
That's right. We mostly were focused on the actual skeleton, and now we want to incorporate some of the surrounding area where we see the the worms and then how that kind of peters off.
Okay, it's about this distance. Is that appropriate for you?
Make sure you're gonna clear the taller parts.
Yeah.
Stay the same height. Is it better to go head to tail or side to side here?
I don't know. I've never done this before. Uh-huh.
If they're going to stitch the photos together, as long as there's overlap, it shouldn't be an issue on which way you take them.
Okay.
So, Jess,
What's up?
is an octopus sucker stronger than a clingfish disc?
So it's a very interesting question. I don't know if I have the right comparison because you have to think about the adhesive stresses of them.
Yes. Congrats on the paper.
Thank you.
That's from the Nautilus Live Nation. Yes, this is incredible.
So if people want to learn a little bit more while we're taking this imagery of these bone-eating worms or
point. Yeah,
Osedax, there's some other interesting information to share. I'm getting this from the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute's website on these bone-eating worms. And they can consume bones very quickly.
It's too bad we got all our
removing visual evidence of a sunken whale skeleton in as little as a decade. And they, Osedax reproduction is kind of really cool. So they tend to have harems of dwarf microscopic males that live within the gelatinous tube surrounding the female's trunk. And they don't feed on the bone. The females feed on the bone.
Mow it that way.
Oh.
Very cool.
That doesn't seem fair.
Yeah.
Parasitic
well,
males.
I don't know, you know, a female with a harem of up to 600 males. That's pretty interesting.
So it's like a queen bee.
So there's other species where the female is quite large and the male is much smaller.
I wonder if that was a female.
So Jen, do you want us to mow the lawn, kind of mowing
please.
with the sediment here to get what's surrounding it?
Yes, thank you.
Great.
Do you know, are there a lot of current...
Go ahead.
Am I really loud?
No.
Is that why you...
So what was your question?
I was going to ask, do you know, there are a lot of... I think this may have come up. Are there a lot of current whale falls in the sanctuary that are known right now?
Oh. I mean, there have definitely been whale falls studied in the sanctuary that are naturally occurring. There have been some whale falls that have actually been whale carcasses that had washed ashore and then with permission, you know, that is necessary to work on these animals, they were towed off and sunk down into the Monterey Bay area for study of the process in which they, kind of the successional process of these carcasses.
I have a little bit of a gory question about that process. So as a whale decays, it does have gases, right? So it starts to bloat?
Soon, I think soon after it dies.
Okay.
Yes, so that often can cause a whale, a freshly dead whale, to float.
Okay, so when they try to sink them, do they weigh them down? Or
I believe so, yes. Mm-hmm.
Shannon J is writing in that the males are not parasitic. They are just sperm donors, for clarification.
Oh, okay.
They use their own resources to feed from yolk.
Interesting. From yolk. So they're, this is neoteny,
So that's the end of that
right? They
line there.
become
So when they
sexually
feed in their
mature.
young?
I don't know.
Neoteny? What's that
So
word?
are the males consuming their own yolk? Or, oh, neoteny means reproductively mature at a larval or very young stage.
Ah, yes, the word, the root neo, I was misinterpreting what it was associated with as far as the consumption.
All right, so I'll go on this heading now and go back.
Will our data collection be enough to allow for 3D modeling? I do not know that much about 3D modeling, but it would seem to me, based on all of the amazing shots and the data logging magic of Mugda, that there will be significant data available to do a 3D model of this whale skeleton.
So that's kind of the idea right now, Scott, is we're doing a photo mosaic and kind of getting all these different angles and shots, and in order for a researcher at Mbari to make a 3D model of this whale fall.
Okay, well, I want to get that program because I want one of these sitting on my yard next Halloween.
Run it through a
I think it's
3D printer, right?
more for a virtual 3D experience than necessarily the 3D printer kind.
Yeah.
I think we see our Cuskill friend in the background there.
One can hope.
Yeah, I mean, if you could build a three-dimensional mosaic and then assign it to a coordinate system and
But would
the
you really
relative
want
points.
a real life
Back a little bit and do another round.
model of a whale fall versus a whale skeleton that's intact? I don't know.
Well, I think it's much more of a cob for Halloween.
That's true.
so it depends on the size of the nose plug you have available for you.
The males also are not related to, this is from Shannon again, the males also are not related to the females. They are a random draw of the population.
All right, go back around.
And is it then, it must be their own yolk that they are consuming?
The males are pedomorphic and they
Yeah.
use up their own yolk reserves.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Somebody's asking, why is the ship shaking, like vibrating? I don't,
It's too excited.
It's,
Yes.
it's the video on the ROV. It's not the ship.
I don't see shaking.
There is periodically shaking in the video feed.
Yeah, sometimes when it's zoomed in all the way, there's it's not
Oh,
happy.
that.
There's a little
Picks up.
vibration in it.
But I don't see it right now.
No.
Dane, you were mentioning grenadier. There's a grenadier on
Yes.
the right side of the skeleton,
Uh-huh.
pointed towards us. You can see the difference
Right.
in the fin shapes.
Yep.
There's also one it looks like above some of the vertebrae.
Yes.
You see that kind of
Yeah,
sail-shaped
spiky
fin.
dorsal. Mhm.
Uh-huh. Well, the eel pouts really looked like there are many different sizes of eel pouts out here.
They almost look like very large blennies.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at these gauges again.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I think they're doing this side first, and then we'll
It's
move to
down
the
to
other
5.
side.
1.5 still.
All right, Shannon writes in, yes, they're yolk, exclamation point. And there's one species with large males, Osedax priapus, where they are equally sized as the females. The male researchers that study them were so excited they named them after the male god of fertility.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Jennifer, Annie, I can't remember if you answered this before, but someone is asking how common or frequently does this kind of whale fall occur?
Well, Jennifer just stepped away. She'd probably be more
Oh.
appropriate to answer this question. I can tell you, I can summarize what she said earlier. This particular year has been a tough season for gray whales on the Pacific coast. And so they have seen a lot of deceased whales wash up to shore. And so she speculates this could be related to that, but we really don't know because we haven't identified the type of whale this is. And she's also noted that there have been whale falls studied in the sanctuary before. And the sanctuary has been established since 2002.
Something like
Yeah.
that, yes. So Chad shared some information on an earlier shift where he said that studies that have been done have estimated that globally there are roughly 700,000 whale carcasses along whale migration routes at any given time in various states of decomposition. So it's a constant process. And 700,000 is a lot of whale carcasses to have on the seafloor at
Yeah.
a given time.
Wow.
Seafloor is pretty big though, so.
It is pretty big.
Yeah, and again, one of the reasons for the estimation of that, of course, is we have not seen much of the seafloor
Right.
in this world, which makes this discovery so exciting.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I think another factoid from what
Turn back a little.
Chad was sharing was that they are distributed at roughly every 12 to 15 kilometers along the migration routes.
Is that from just in natural circumstances?
Yes.
Usually?
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like to one of our viewers, we're having a whale of a time. Since you can't properly identify the whale without seeing the top of the skull, can you flip her over?
Oh, it's best not to disturb these things.
Flip him. Well, I think we'll get it figured out once we have the pictures and the eDNA samples.
Yeah, that Niskin bottle we got could be really telling.
Yep.
One is enough, right? We had one Niskin.
Yeah, we took
That
it
should be-
downstream.
Yeah.
Yep.
That should be.
See all our little staple prints in there.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do these photo mosaics, how often does, because there's a camera on Herc, right? That will take images?
No, these will have to be grabbed off the video.
Okay.
We don't have a still camera on here, unfortunately.
Oh, go away. Excuse me. Chad was saying that they have a octopus garden reconstruction from the video footage that we made. I'm not sure if it was what we made or Alvin made, but so I think it's possible to take it off the videos just fine. All right, one more line pass, and then we'll go back to imaging the whale more.
But from this angle, it almost looks like it's suspended above the bottom.
Will you ever tell us the eDNA, the results of the eDNA, and possible identification of this whale? And if so, when?
Boy, that's a question for one of the sanctuary folks on board.
What was the question?
Whether we will ever tell the watching public the identification of the whale.
Hopefully. I think a lot of the scientists on shore have been communicating, and they've already contacted their colleagues, and so there are people working on it. But I think the best way probably to ID is to do DNA analyses. But yeah, there are some scientists ashore working on it.
All right, that's that on the transects around the side of the whale there.
So do we know who will be analyzing the eDNA?
Oh, we do have, there's a couple scientists I think who had requested eDNA. Let me see. We have there's a scientist, Carol Stapien, who generally that's who we send our samples to. I believe she is at National Marine Fisheries Council.
Okay.
Services, sorry, National Marine Fisheries Services in Washington State.
Okay.
So a lot of the eDNA goes to her, but there are a few other eDNA requests as well.
Okay.
So, no.
And so will the water be partition between them, or does somebody extract the eDNA and then send it out to the different investigators?
So we will extract it depending on, I think for this we'd only have
full wide, please. Want to come full wide?
one sample.
Thank you.
So we'll extract it on a filter and we'll preserve the filter and mail it out.
Got it. Okay.
This
Yeah, and
sample
both
that
the
we
Ocean
took? Yeah.
both the Ocean Education Trust and the National Marine Sanctuaries
That video, you can zoom in on Argus again there.
Did you?
are phenomenal at communicating the results of
That grenadier has
these
something
dives.
attached to
Yes.
it.
Yeah, do you want to go do
It's
a
like a
push
little
in there video on the grenadier?
parasitic
real quick?
copepod, maybe, yeah?
Oh,
Yes.
it's, wow.
Look at that.
Wow, what is
that's
that?
terrible.
Oh, I wonder if Amanda
away,
is seeing
don't
this.
look,
She's
don't
probably
look.
going gaga.
Sorry.
That is a large
What is that?
parasite. What is that?
Yeah. Gross. Alright,
Yeah.
Very
come
good.
wide. That is a bad day for
Yeah.
that fish.
Come here, let me take that off you.
Sit down.
So now that have we finished the photo mosaic?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. It'd be great to, we're going to try and, in addition, you know, we've been talking about these Osidax worms. We're going to try to remove some from the bones as well and slurp them up. And we also saw some red worms in the substrate ahead, adjacent to the bones. We're also going to try and collect some of those separately.
Slurping?
So slurp
Yes.
up.
I don't think,
Okay.
do we have any other mechanism other than slurp at this point?
Slurp
We've
with
used
you
our
guys.
core.
We've used our cores, so I think that's
Yeah.
what we've got left.
We don't have the scoop, so
Mm-hmm.
we could try and like suction sample
Yes,
some of
we're gonna
the.
suction sample and scrape some of the worms off the bone.
Yeah. Do you want to try and suction some of the ones from the ground?
Yes, kind of dead ahead.
Yeah.
In the same container or
separate.
separate
No,
Yeah.
separate.
containers?
So
Yes.
all our slurp jars are empty right now. So
Okay.
So fill them all
Yeah, we
up,
can-
is that what you're saying?
well, as many as we need to.
Alright. Let's do that.
And Crispin Little thinks we were right on that being a parasitic copepod.
Okay.
Or is that large?
Yeah.
Probably get us in a little bit closer than that, Jess. Up where the old mark is should do.
Roger.
Can't hear you.
Mugged up.
It might
Yeah.
be a,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Science.
I was just going to say that parasite we saw possibly could be a Lophora brevicolum, and it's a parasitic
I looked down at the
copepod
porch,
that
didn't I?
infects the smooth grenadier.
Wow.
And this is just off a quick internet search, so that's just speculation. It looks a lot like it.
And those long trailing ribbons were what?
Aaron, you want to do me a favor?
The
You wanna
anterior
go
of the
ahead and
parasite
press
forms
that
an
stick
anchor-like
lock button?
holdfast that
No.
is embedded in the back of
Yeah.
its fish host.
Thank you.
One or more unusual morphological features of this parasite is a pair of peculiar tassels protruding from the abdomen, just in front of its elongated egg sacs. The function of these tassels is possibly related to the habitat of its host. Because it is an ectoparasite, it is exposed to the same environmental conditions as its
Yeah,
fish.
porch LED's on.
In
You
this
wanna open
case,
the
it
iris
has
a
a
bit
cold, dark
there?
surrounding of the
It's
DCC.
more iris. Yeah.
Interesting. It's fascinating.
And it is suggested that the exotic brush-like protrusions of the copepod are adaptations to limited oxygen availability, that they increase the copepod's body surface area to enhance oxygen uptake in poor oxygen environments. And this information is from a blog post called Daily Parasite, and so it is just speculative. We do not know for sure if that is the species.
I like how it's titled Parasite of
But
the Day.
the reference that this blog does cite is Gomez, Dietz, Kalman, Moral, Serena, and a paper from 2010 published in the Journal of Crustacean Biology titled Lophora brevicolum, a parasite of the smooth grenadier from the eastern Pacific, and a new record and new host of the Lophora
Okay,
unibolluata.
flush that out, Jess.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll fit, but in addition to the Osidax worms, we just had a request for one of the squat lobster off of the jawbone. Not
You want
sure
that
if they're
huge
too big.
pumpkin one?
Are they too big to fit in the slurp though?
Maybe, maybe not, but they're hard to get them in there. We'll try.
Let's do the worms first.
Yep.
All right. This is just about flushed here.
Okay.
Zeroing on the flush. So we have all the sample jars are not used, correct?
Not used, yeah. So if we can start with one.
One looks
one
used.
has
One has
shrimps
something in
from
it.
when we were probably collecting that shrimp, trying to collect that shrimp.
Oh,
Right.
good
Okay,
point.
that's-
Yeah, so let's.
okay. Let's do 2 then.
2.
Are we still sampling water for POPs around here?
Okay.
No, we finished that
we're
about
on 2.
2:30 this
Okay,
morning.
is the camera racked out, Jess?
The camera is currently in. I can come out of it.
And then
Are you going to
see if
bone
you can
first?
point it over in that red stuff.
Or are you going to
Which do you
sediment
prefer?
first? We
Which-
can do sediment first. That's fine.
Okay, and it's the red stuff back
Yep.
here.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, some zoom in there, video.
Let's try and get right up next to some bone that's laying on the seafloor.
Okay, can the camera go over anymore?
No.
I
To
mean,
the right?
this all looks the
Okay,
same though.
rack it
so
back
I
a
think
little
that's
bit.
fine. No, this all looks pretty much the same.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just trying to get out of this other type of worm that we got earlier, really into the
Yeah,
dense
just
red.
this red one, right?
Yep.
Okay, pump on.
Coming on.
Some very little fish on the left side of the screen peeking out.
Oh, we have sound effects.
What was that? Oh.
Do you think it's actually getting any yet? Maybe. There's a
Maybe.
bald patch there.
Yeah.
All kids giving each other haircuts.
The flow bee.
Well, we have this coarse mesh though, so this might not work. I might just go through there.
There you go.
Are we seeing any?
Oh, no.
Shall we
No.
not?
See,
be-
it
Pump
didn't in a
off.
collection jar.
No,
Off?
yeah.
I'm off, yeah.
Are we on the right?
That one's
Yeah,
very
we're in
clean.
slope jar 2. There's some
Got some
sediment,
sediment
in
going
there.
into
Alright,
it.
ready?
An interesting
Go back on.
bone.
Okay.
I wonder if it just gets a, does it?
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it in
really.
the
Forces it
jar.
up?
Torn
Some
us
things are
under.
going in. They may,
That
be
reduces.
kind of caught, like you said.
Yeah.
But we'll look later. There, a little bit of maybe some reddish fuzz in
Oh,
there.
yeah, there's some
Okay.
stuff.
I think
We just
that's
need
good.
something to, like,
Okay,
toss it.
pump off then, Jess.
Cough off.
Back to the flush jar.
Better.
Flush.
Are you going
It's like a
for
dentist's office here.
And spit.
I don't think I want a ROV working on my teeth.
Oh, no,
No.
wait, no, we want that. A lot of worms just went into the flush.
Is
Yeah.
that right?
Oh, really? Oh, so maybe they were stuck. So,
Gonna try again?
Try them again if you like.
so we're gonna go back to. Do we go back to 2 then, or?
Yeah, we can go back
Okay.
to
Yeah,
2.
we can go back to 2.
I am on 2 again.
Roger, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Coming on.
Try and
we
stay
suck up what
into the
fell
really
out?
dense red.
Data, what sample were we on? Are we on?
This is 031.
031, thank you.
Trying to avoid that white bit.
Oh, there's some.
Some that are starting to come
Yep.
Some showed up in number 2.
Yep.
Okay, great. But then maybe just.
Oh, yeah, I see them. on
Yep.
the
We've got some.
in. It seemed like the other one took a while to come into
Yeah.
the slurp
I'll
jar.
shake it out a bit when I pick up here.
I think that's good.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Leave the pump on for a second.
Sure thing.
Full wide on the video.
Give it a little-
Ashley, is it possible to see the jars on the quad?
Okay. All right, turn it off, Jess. I don't think there's...
All right.
Ah,
0.
All right, go to the flush jar and flush it out again.
All right. flush
Do you
them
guys
out.
need to see her bub right now? Or could I change that to the containers?
Oh, man.
Do we need to see her, which one?
Bubble. It's like,
Bubble cam.
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
all right. Oops. All right. Coming forward. So you guys want a new sample container for...
Yes, new
You think
new
that's-
slurp for the bones.
Okay, zoom in again,
You
video.
mean for the squat lobster? Oh,
We're
for
gonna go here to the
two
bone.
And
worm
then these ones are
bones.
coming off the bone, right?
We're gonna see if we can.
Okay, pump on.
Okay.
Coming on.
Is this going into jar 3?
This is in 3, yeah.
Okay. Are these also Osedac swarms?
Strong.
It's not really taking them off though, is it?
No.
Your mic is off, Jen.
Can you try to scrape and slurp?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. You
Oh,
see
okay.
the bone moving a bit there.
Okay.
Well, there are some pink pieces up there on that screen.
Go, go, go.
They're pretty hung on there pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, because they're actually in the bone.
In the bone.
What about that patch on the top there?
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
Uh-oh.
This is like when you try to weed. You just can't quite
Oh
get
yeah,
it.
there's something went in there. Get out of the way.
We don't want to collect any old pound.
Nice.
Ew.
That looked like a good one.
Is anybody getting hungry? Isn't it snack time? I wonder what's in the galley.
Thanks, Scott, for that visual.
There's a clump of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's more.
Oh yeah, there it goes. It went into the jar.
Excuse me.
Let go.
Working over here.
He's hungry. Thinks you're kind of.
Oh.
Get out of here.
I like how they're probably getting all mad.
Oh yeah, we definitely have some things in the
Yeah,
jar.
we have lots
Yeah,
in the jar.
shout out
That's
to
great.
Ashley for
Yep.
providing a
That's
really
great.
good array of
Good
pictures
idea.
for
Good idea.
Nautilus
guys
Live
good at that?
Nation. What's that?
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's a lot.
Okay, full wide, please.
Mike, do you mind if we just flush it? Or doesn't matter.
I think our plan was to go for a squat lobster.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're pretty chunky.
All right, flush it now.
Somebody has a sudden urge to go vacuum their garage. We are trying to collect these
Do you want me to pull you up on here so you can log
Osedax
What are you,
worms from the whale.
your data?
If you're just joining us,
What is it?
where have you been?
Okay.
Oh,
Want to move the
We
camera a
came
little bit?
across
I'll
the
try and
switch.
go after one of those squat lobsters.
Yeah.
See if
We're in the
holes are gonna go
Monterey
over there.
Bay National Marine
Can you look back
Sanctuary.
down at where the hose comes out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll keep this angle.
Our final dive of the season.
All right.
Do you think you can read to them way over there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's going to be close. Video, can you zoom in and Jess adjust and get on one of those? Yeah, yeah.
Let's see.
All right. The jar all ready?
Yeah, jar's
Thank
already.
you.
Going after a squat lobster here now.
You sound like David
Very,
Attenborough.
very quiet.
Just pump
Are
on.
you doing your David
just
All
joining
right,
Attenborough?
us.
crank it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh.
Get that, buddy.
Yeah, Monterey Bay
100%.
National Marine Sanctuary.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is that on?
Davidson
Is
Is
Seamount.
this thing on?
Is there
No, it's
possible to
not.
get the one that's just a little more to the left, looks smaller? Right there, yeah.
Can we turn the suction up to 11?
Comes at 100%.
You're mixing. You're mixing references now.
Oh.
You went Attenborough to Spinal Tap.
Yes.
Oh. Is that going into the jar?
Mosaic.
Let me go.
British.
But they're so hard to get. I don't know if he's going to make it through because they grab onto the hose and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you tap it?
I think he's probably in through there. I can try and tap it on something, but full wide video. I'll
We
shake
are-
the hose around. We'll
okay.
see. But
So this was sample 33 if it made it into the jar.
And that's slurp 4? No, which one?
Yes, slurp jar 4. Can you
Okay.
hear me? I can't. Can you hear
Oh.
me?
it's still on
No.
100%.
Still on 100.
All right. That's
Have we seen it yet?
No.
Negative.
Nice.
Think it's in the tube?
It's in transit.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
Jess, can you push off away from the whale and I'll exercise this hose better?
Sure thing. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
I'll turn the pump off for a minute.
Sure. All right. Need to turn back on the pump here?
Yep.
Reset. I'm just gonna get out of our cloud here. Just visuals.
Do we get any worms in the third jar? Were we
Yeah,
able
if
to
you-
stop
Oh,
it?
all kinds of worms
Out
in
of
this
Plug,
material.
area.
Yeah.
plug
That
the end
jar.
of it.
That- okay.
Whole wig.
Increase the suction, right?
Okay.
You're trying to shake that squat lobster into that sample jar?
The snake is trying to get that meal down.
The other night we were talking about ways we could modify
Some
song
dirt.
lyrics, and rock lobster and squat lobster seem to be. So if anyone wants to try and make those lyrics for us, send them in to Scott.
Should we
Yeah,
push
maybe you'll put 'em
set
in
'em
whale
on top of
tails,
them
no
so it doesn't get
fantails.
out?
Wow.
Squat
This,
and rock.
one of the chapters of Pintails is going to be whale tails.
Okay.
Ah,
Maybe
like
we'll
it.
do the 3 seasons. 4 seasons.
We do. We have springs. Those could be the discharge sites, and we have the
Yes.
whale
There.
fall.
Whale fall. Any winter?
Winter marine snow.
There you go.
In summer,
I think that's it. He's just going to be stuck in the hose, unfortunately.
Is there any way to recover it later from the hose?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So we're going to presume that we will end up with a squat lobster.
Mugza, we're treating that as a sample, yes?
Yeah.
Mugda stepped out.
Okay.
That would be sample 033 by my record keeping.
Okay,
We
sounds
can
good.
cross-check that with her when she gets back.
Okay.
And destination was Slurp 4, but it's not confirmed to be there.
Up and down a little bit.
Yeah, we'll try and put some dirt in. And if that's okay with you guys?
Yes.
Just try and suck
Sure.
up some dirt and see
Yeah,
if
to wash him out.
or at least see if that goes through.
Okay.
I'll just sit down anyway then.
Hold on.
A little spoonful of sugar.
Don't sit down. I'll just come close.
Right.
I'll put it in.
Coming close.
Methane seep summer, somebody wrote in.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, okay, he's there. We can stop. All right, confirmed.
Oh, look at him.
Nice.
He's doing a little dance.
All right, kill it.
0%.
Good job.
We exhausted him.
All right.
Let's do it again.
Good.
Boundary
Yeah.
selection we have here.
Great job, team.
That was awesome.
So we've just got a little glitch with the data logging. We can't get any screen grabs right now. Just an FYI. Just gonna
Nice.
It's just passed out completely.
He hit his head enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Problem solved back here. That was quick. Well done.
All right.
Okay. And then we can, you don't have to. Huh? Yeah, yeah. Here we go.
Hey, Beck, was that 033 or did I miss one prior?
So yeah, the squat lobster was 033,
Okay.
and the worms before that was 032.
Okay, we're good then. Thank you.
Well, hello.
Oh,
Hello.
mine's got my name on it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Yeah, I found a sea lion once like similar to this, and we recovered a lot of the bones. They did not smell very good.
Sea
No.
lions, yeah, are nasty smelling.
Yeah.
Oh, Wayne's in here.
Yeah. Hi, Jess.
Oh, Wayne's World.
Yeah, I was worried you were gonna leave before my shift, so I came in to see if my video engineer needed a short break. And
It's kind of neat. You can see the impression of Hercules where we've landed down to take those core samples.
Yeah.
It's really quite geometrical.
it's good for scale.
Just good for scale.
No, that's true.
How big is this footprint? About 5 feet wide?
Yeah,
Yeah.
about that.
So that's probably 20 feet long. The whale fall.
Hey, Mike, you want to just show me the porch there?
Yeah, sorry.
You're good. Thank you. All right, let's see if we can see some cool interactions here. Wayne, you want to go ahead and zoom on in there a little bit, please?
Sure. Zooming in.
Awesome. So Gian Roletto from Greater Fairlawn's National Marine Sanctuary has requested that we kind of do a little transect down this skeleton with the lasers on so they can get some very specific measurements.
Sure. Lasers on. You just want like a lateral
That's
motion
just
then?
what's in focus. So if I move my focus, it shows me what goes in and out of focus. It's a little more. You see. See how some things are coming in and out of focus? So whatever's yellow is sharp.
Looks like the grenadiers are back, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Wayne.
Yes.
Someone out there in Nautilus Live Nation says hi.
Oh, well, hello. Yeah, that's all I've been doing for the last hour is texting people, telling them that
So excited.
we found something nice.
Yeah, very cool.
So worthwhile to spend your time looking at, for sure.
The shadow of that
That's it,
fish
yeah.
looks giant.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, we are in Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary near the Davidson Seamount. We're at the southeast apron. We're on our final dive of the season, dive H1796. The clock is running out as well. So don't go anywhere. We came across this magnificent whale fall. All kinds of marine life around here. We've got, I'm sorry,
Octopuses?
Grenadier.
octopus, and not the Moose octopus robustus that we've been seeing, correct?
No, this
No,
this
this
is
is
Moose
This
octopus
is-
robustus.
I'm sorry.
And the one coming up here is a male. You can see the arm that is curled over. It has a modified tip to it, the heterocaudalus. So that's how we know that's a male.
We've got a number of different species of worms. The
We're definitely
eel pouts.
they really wanted
Okay.
the laser measurements on the head
On the head.
region. Yep, on the
Okay.
jaw and that area.
It's estimated to have landed here about 4 months ago. It's approximately 5 meters in length. Those green lasers are 10